What's up, jerkies? Everybody here is Big Kev from Big Kev's World coming at you with another video. And I usually don't do videos like this, but this whole thing has went viral and it's very popular right now. So I figured I would jump on that little gravy train and talk about it. So there's a list of places that a woman's created that said the list of places not to take a woman on the first date. Now, this is how it all started. And I'm going to play the video on how it all started here. So let's see here. Get this in share screen. So this is how it all started. This woman right here rejects a Cheesecake Factory on the first date.
Woo. Let me just get the door for you. Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted, so you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least
what did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well,
So, yeah, what has she not done to be cooperative? Okay, so this is what started this whole situation. I do have my lovely wife Mel here with me. She might chime in on some things with this. Um, First of all, you look like you look like a girl that goes to the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, you look like you go over there and you have those calories on you. Okay, you need to go to the gym, eat some carrots or something, pump some iron. Because just because you're a beautiful, attractive woman, it's a first date. Yes, you're supposed to get to know each other. And I know how some girls are like, you gotta court me, you gotta court me. I get that, but this is the 21st fucking century. And we're also in a we just got through a pandemic. We're also in what you call everything has gone up in price, inflation. So this guy who's really nice takes you on a first date, opens up the car door like a gentleman is supposed to do. And what do? You record him. And you record it and you post it on TikTok of all places because social media is the right answer, right? So you try to embarrass this man who did everything right that a man is supposed to do. He takes you on the date. He's about to spend his hard earned money to take you out on a date at a dinner so you get to know each other, talk, and see if there's any connection. Maybe there might be a second date, maybe there won't be. But nah, this diva, and that's what she is a diva, had to go over there and record this for the world to see, and all she's done is made herself look like an arrogant bitch. Yeah, I said the word. Because that is exactly what she is. I don't use the B term lightly. I don't call women the B word. I don't like doing it. But that lady right there, that's a straight up arrogant bitch. And and everybody's been talking about it, about this situation. Now, there's the list. Yes, there's a list, ladies and gentlemen. There's a list that's been out there. I looked at this list before I came on here, and I was cracking up because it's almost like, what do you expect to take me to? You want me to take you to Morton's Steakhouse and basically wine and dine you and give you like a $100 plate? That ain't how this works. That's not how this works at all. So here's the list. I'm just going to name them off. Number 1, Cheesecake Factory. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, what the hell's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? I mean, it's not it's a chain restaurant, but it's a nice restaurant. It's not like it's it ain't cheap, and it's certainly it's not like he's taking you to McDonald's to share a McDouble with you, or like a chicken McNugget. I mean, now that would be a little bit. Now, there's some women that might be into that. I don't know, but I'm just throwing that out there. At least it's not something like that. Nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Actually, Cheesecake Factory is rather expensive. For the price that they got, is rather expensive, and you get a lot on the menu too. So, the second one is Applebee's. What's wrong with you can't Applebee's? Okay, granted, Applebee's is a little bit cheaper than Cheesecake Factory, but the old school way was always, hey, let's take her out to a dinner, get to know her, talk to her. Applebee's is a nice family establishment restaurant. I don't see the problem here. I do not see the problem. Any of y'all see the problem? Because I certainly don't see the problem. Number 3, Chili's. Chili's is a lot like Applebee's. Family style restaurant. It's good atmosphere. They have some good food. You can have a nice little cold beer. I don't see what the fuck is wrong with that. Number 4, Chipotle. Yeah, now, if someone doesn't like Chipotle, it's because they like to have all the meats. They like to have all that, they don't want to have any good, healthy food. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, Chipotle, I don't see anything wrong with Chipotle either. Like, these are like the first 4 I don't have seen no problem with whatsoever. Number 5 is the Olive Garden. Me and Mel go to Olive Garden quite a bit. I don't see what the fuck's wrong with the Olive Garden. The Olive Garden can be expensive too, but then again, you get a really good deal with that soup and salad, all you can eat soup and salad, and breadsticks for $9.99. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all about the person's budget. I mean, just because we're going through inflation, but at the same time, it all depends on how much the man makes. You know, the man may not be able to have all that money to spend taking you to Morton Steakhouse and to all these other places. So you got to bend a little bit here. Just because you're a diva and just because you feel like a man should court you doesn't mean that you have to turn down these first 5 restaurants. I see nothing wrong with taking somebody to for a first date. I don't see the problem. Number 6, the movies. Okay. I can see two sides with this. Now, if you had a dinner and you got the chance to talk, which is what you do first, you go to the dinner, have a nice time, talk, then you go to the cinematic adventures, you go to the movies, and then you can go and enjoy your time there. That's like 2 dates into one. But now, if you're just going straight to the movies on the first date and not going to dinner, then you really can't get a chance to get to know somebody because you got to be quiet in the movies and stuff like that. So I would use the movie as like a secondary thing. I wouldn't take somebody out on the movies in the first date. But there are some people who really do like watching movies. So, I mean, to each their own on that. So, I mean, maybe not the first date, but you want to do dinner first is what I would try to say. Now, unless you've been with that girl for a while and you're in a relationship or a marriage with them, then yeah. But other than that, no. Number 6. No, actually, no, that's number 6. Number 7, your house. Going to your house is not a good for a first date unless she's a hoe. And you are not looking for a relationship and you just want to get banged. Then this is for you. But I don't think taking a woman to your house on a first date is respectable enough for that, unless she's down with that and you guys are just wanting to watch Netflix, and which that is on there too. I'm getting to that. Number 8, any fast food chain. Once again, this all depends on how much the person makes, because a lot of people are getting underly paid severely during inflation. So now, just because you believe that you deserve to go to a 5-star restaurant, maybe that person only has enough to take you to Taco Bell or to take you to Jack in the Box. But still, you can go sit inside those little establishments and actually have a conversation. You can share a shimmy shake or whatever the fuck you want to do, or I mean, like, or Taco Bell. You can set up a holla blast, whatever you want to. If that girl's into the Bahala Blast, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, number 8. Actually, that's number 8. Number 9, Buffalo Wild Wings. What's wrong with B-Dubs? What the fuck's wrong with B-Dubs? What's up, Poston? What the hell is wrong with B-Dubs for a first date? It's a sports bar. You get to watch sports. You can still have a conversation. Their food is not overly priced. Again, this goes back to that list. I'm talking about the list of all this list that went viral about women saying you can't take them on a first date to. So, B-Dubs, there's nothing wrong with Buffalo Wild Wings. It's, again, another establishment restaurant. Some of their food could be good. Some of their food is not overly priced. The Cheesecake Factory is overly priced. All women want to go to Sonic. Possibly. Number 10, Wingstop. Now, I've never been to Wingstop, so I can't specify. How about Hooters? Yeah. I can't specify Wingstop, so I've never been there. I'm not very big into wings anyway, so I don't see the problem. You can still have that conversation. That is what some women look for, is conversation, right? So this woman went viral for rejecting a date. This guy took her out on a date, took her to the Cheesecake Factory, He opened up the door like a gentleman, and she didn't want to come out because it was the Cheesecake Factory. I'm sorry, right at that moment, I would have told you to get the hell out of my car and find your own way home. At that point, that's how that would have been. Like, get out of my car. This ain't happening tomorrow. Number 11, Red Lobster. Red Lobster could be expensive. And I mean, they don't want to the list of places not to take, and this is number 11 is fucking Red Lobster. Okay. Red Lobster could be expensive like the Cheesecake Factory. So I don't see the old issue with taking someone to Red Lobster, man. Those cheddar biscuits are delicious. But some people may be allergic to seafood. So think about that when you're on a date with a woman. If she's allergic to seafood, then yeah, maybe Red Lobster may not be good for a first date. But again, it goes back to what I was saying. You can sit there, you get a chance to get to know each other. The first date is pretty much you're meeting each other's representatives. You're getting to know each other. You don't know them all the way. Number 12, a buffet. Yeah, that girl might like to eat. I don't know. I mean, depends on what the buffet is. If it's like a China buffet, all you can eat Chinese food or sushi, that girl may be into that. But it's like taking someone to the Golden Corral, a good first date. Maybe not. Number 15, the gym. Okay, yeah, I will agree. 15, you don't want to take your first date to the gym like, hey, girl, how much you want to bench press? I mean, because at the gym, I don't like talking anyways. I like to be under my headphones, so that would not be a good first date. I mean, because one, if you go to the gym, you don't know if that girl can outlift you. She might embarrass you. I'm just throwing it out there. But no, I wouldn't. I would agree with that part right there. I think that taking a girl to the gym on a first date would not be a respectable thing. Oh, number 16, church. Now, if you live in the southern states, you know about the Southern Baptists and those Bible hump and honk if you love me kind of people. Church is not a good place to go for a first date because there's a lot of awkwardness there. What'd you say there, Poston? Take her to Jarrett's and look at all the expensive jewelry and then say, look at that. It's $15K. I'll never be able to afford that on the most salary. But church, yeah, you don't want to take a girl out on a first date to a church. Now, if you've went on a few dates and she's invite you to go to church with her because she wants to see where this goes and wants to invite you to meet her friends or family, then yeah, maybe. But not on a first date. Don't take a woman to church on the first date. Number 17, Starbucks. I wouldn't be caught dead in Starbucks anyways, but Starbucks is a place where you can go sit down, you can have your coffee, which majority of people in this world love coffee. And you want to get to know someone. Having a conversation and having coffee, I don't see the big deal. I don't see what the big idea is. For the love of God, some of you women are, not all of you, but some of you need to get out of this little fantasy fairy tale that he's going to take me to Morton Steakhouse and then he's going to take me to Jarrett's Jewelry and try on all this expensive jewelry. It ain't happening. Some people can't afford that on their salary, even if they're making very good money. The way inflation is right now, you're lucky to get a chicken McNugget. Well, number 18 is coffee dates. It's the same thing as Starbucks, so I'll pass that one. Number 19, ice cream dates. Again, what is wrong going to Baskin Robbins or going to some ice cream shop and just sharing some ice creams and having a conversation. Absolutely nothing. You can tell a lot about an ice cream shop. What kind of flavors that girl likes. Does she like chocolate? Does she like strawberry? Does she like vanilla? Does she like midgets? Does she like tall men? Does she like big men? You get a chance to get to really know a lot from ice cream dates. I don't see nothing wrong with ice cream dates. Number 20, family functions. Okay, ladies, some of you ladies out there, do not invite your first date to a family function, which means Thanksgiving dinner, family reunions, a 4th of July party, barbecues, Christmas, whatever. Because if you're inviting a man to your family function on the first date, that means one or two things. That means either A, you're very desperate and you want to get your family members off your back, so you want to be on a date with somebody, or B, you're just desperate. Don't ever take a person out on a first date to a family function. I agree with that part. 21, movie nights, Netflix, Hulu, etc. Okay, that's the same thing as number 6 going to the house. Unless she's a hoe and wants to go to your house on a first date. Then, after y'all done the dirty, maybe you can watch a Netflix, or maybe you can do Now, I don't think this would be a good first date watching Netflix or Hulu. No. But after you went on a few dates and you got to know each other, and then you're wanting to hang and stuff like that, then yeah, maybe Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or Disney Plus, whatever tickles your fancy. Maybe that would be a good date, but not on the first date. Somewhere that requires a long drive. Okay, that would not be good for a first date because, one, that would make a woman think that you are planning to take her out in the woods and kill her. That could be. But you get to have a conversation on that long drive, but at the same time, you can tell a lot about a person with a long drive because you can tell whether or not that person's a road rage driver or this and that. But I digress. I wouldn't take someone on a long drive on a first date. Unless you're Jeffrey Dahmer, then maybe you might want to take them on that. Number 23, bowling. I see nothing wrong with bowling. I look at it like that. You can have some food there. You can have some drinks at the bowling alley. You can go bowling and, have dinner before, then go bowling, or have bowling first and then have dinner. Whichever you tickle your fancy. But I don't see anything wrong with bowling. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with bowling? Bowling's a national, it's an American institution. You pick up a ball, you stick your fingers in it, and you knock down the pins. '24, nightclubs. Okay, I will say this much. There's nothing wrong with going on a dance, but not on a first date. I would not meet a girl. Actually, I did one time. Had a first date on a nightclub, and it was the worst ever experience that I ever had. So no, I would not say go to a nightclub. I mean, because the music's going to be loud, there's going to be a bunch of people, and plus, if she doesn't like you or you don't like her, you might find some other girl, or she might find some other guy, and then it's just lights out, you're gone. Number 25, hookah bar. Now, depends on the hookah. I mean, if the girl's into hookah and she wants to smoke some joints with you or do some stuff like that, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I still would not take a girl to the hookah lounge on a first date. I agree with that part. Number 26, a bar for just drinks. If you're just sitting at a bar or a restaurant just to have drinks and having a conversation, I see nothing wrong with that. But if you're just going to the bar and you're not saying anything and you just want to get drunk Hey, number two. Actually, remember number six or number two going. Number six going to the house. That's where that can. That's where that can lead. But I don't think taking a girl on the. I don't see nothing wrong with it as long as you're having a conversation at first or something. And number 27 is the Waffle House. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with their McGriddle. There ain't nothing wrong with their grits. There ain't nothing wrong with their hash browns. Okay. If you don't like the Waffle House, there's something wrong with you. You're not American. I mean, you can always plan on one thing. If you're driving, you always know there's going to be a Waffle House off the exit. You can always plan on that. And the final one is sports events. Now, these women put lists of sports events. If you had dinner or lunch beforehand, and you're like, "Hey, I got," taking a woman to a sporting event is kind of spontaneous. You know, it kind of gives the. Plus, she gets to know you a little better. Plus, you guys get to enjoy an adventure together. I digress. Some of these girls who made this list do not like adventure whatsoever, and I can honestly tell you that there are these little divas who are sitting at home, who are sitting there on these dating sites, waiting for somebody to swipe right, but no one's going to swipe right because. And it's the same thing with the gym, like the whole gym thing. These girls taking pictures, these girls recording videos of people looking at them at the gym. I mean, for the love of Pete's sake. That's how the social media world is done. It's like, I'm going to expose him, and all that does is expose you for being a bitch, and exposes you for being self-absorbed and shallow and everything else. But if you come dressing like a hooch at the gym, then yeah, you're going to attract some attention because men are going to look. It's just how it is. Hey, hon, you have anything to say about some of this list of these women that said that
Women are just fucking catty. That's all I gotta say. Picky as hell.
Well, let me ask you this. Number one is the Cheesecake Factory. Is there anything wrong with going on the first date?
No. Absolutely not.
Is there anything wrong with Applebee's?
Nope.
Anything wrong with Chili's?
Nope.
Anything wrong with Chipotle?
Nope.
Anything wrong with the Olive Garden?
Nope.
Anything wrong with the movies?
Nope. Well, the only problem with the movies on a first date is you can't talk to each other.
Unless you go to dinner first.
Unless you go to dinner first and then go to the movies afterwards.
Right,
And
like
that
I said.
makes
Yeah.
a little bit of sense, yes.
Number 7, your house.
No.
Number 8, any fast food chain.
Every girl's different. Every woman's different. I'm cheap. I wouldn't give a shit either way, but I mean, there are women out there who definitely wouldn't look at going to a McDonald's on a first date as a really good first date. But then again, everybody has their own preference. So I'm not going to.
Oh, but I can get a Grimace shake, the Grimace shake.
Whatever. I'm just, you asked me a question.
Right.
I'm just responding. A yes and no for that.
What about Buffalo Wild Wings?
Sure. It's a good place. I think it's a good place to go on a first date.
Red Lobster.
Yeah.
A buffet.
Yes. A buffet is fine too. I mean, it's a restaurant. It's just a place where you can eat food.
IHOP.
Yes.
Denny's.
Yep.
The gym.
No.
Church.
No.
Starbucks.
Yes.
Ice cream dates.
Yes.
The family
I
fun.
did an ice cream date once.
Really?
Long time ago. Yeah.
Oh, somebody from New Jersey?
Where else? I mean, I've only
Yeah, I
been
know.
with one other person besides you, doofus.
I want a social security number.
You already know him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Family functions, no.
Okay. Movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc.
again, that goes with the territory of
Movies in your house.
movies and going out to a movie and everything. Movie night, in my opinion, would be more like a second or third date.
Yeah.
Or maybe a fourth date. Like if you guys get to know each other, you guys are into that kind of thing. Sure.
No, you go to the movies first, then dinner.
No.
That way,
I look at it like you go to the movies, go out to dinner, and then go to the movies. That's just me.
somewhere that requires a long drive.
Yes and no. It depends on where it is. And with the plate, I mean, I don't know. That's a maybe.
Yeah, but wouldn't a girl think that some dude's driving her out in the middle of nowhere?
It depends on where it is. Like if you know where you're going. I mean, I don't know. It depends. I mean, now if it's just like let's just go for a long drive to the middle of nowhere, then yeah, that's a little creepy for a first date. That just means that you're probably some creepy serial killer or whatever that wants to take me in the back and like do something. I don't know.
Bowling?
Definitely.
Nightclubs?
No. Can't hear yourself think.
The hookah bar?
If you're into if a
If both parties-
hookah bar would be a perfect first date if both parties are into that sort of thing.
A bar just for drinks.
Sure.
A Waffle House.
I mean, sure, I guess, yeah.
Sporting events.
No. Honestly, because you can't hear. I mean, it's no. Not right off the bat, no.
So
There's only a few.
So would that be the same for like concerts? Like
Right, because you can't. I mean, you guys can't. I mean, no.
Six Flags.
Yeah, that'd be a nice first date, I guess. I mean, it'd be expensive as hell, but yeah. See, the thing is that if women and or men determine a first date based on the location of where the first date is going to, then that says a lot about the person that you're going on a first date with.
Yeah.
Like if they say, okay, well, in order for me to date you, you have to take me to this 5-star fancy ass fucking restaurant or whatever, and then we have to go here and there and blah 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 blah. I'd be like, fuck that shit. I'd be like, that just means you're high maintenance, care only about yourself.
Well, since we have Poston in the chat, I'm actually going to play the video that started this all, and here it is.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
See, he's being a perfect gentleman, getting the door.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Mm-mm. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look,
Are you're recording me?
yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
Cheesecake
What's the
Factory.
problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant.
So,
Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
well, my
You want to talk about it?
is fuck, but that's beside the
I'm not talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it. Yeah, come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
Sometimes I think these type of videos are just like literally just troll videos for women to just
That woman had to be either.
No, honestly, I think I think that was staged.
That woman had to be the biggest troll ever.
I'm not saying
I
she was
mean,
a troll. I'm just saying that looked like a trolling video, or of trolling, something that was done staged wise. Because I mean, no, I haven't, unless you are a super diva and think you are the God's gift to fucking men or whatever the case may be, and everything should be handed to you on a silver platter. I don't believe that shit.
It's a sin. Oh, let's see.
I mean, it was the way the guy was responding to her that made me believe that was actually a troll job. Like it was just staged for, a view.
I feel like
Because honestly, who the fuck does that?
I feel like these girls who go to the gym now and dress a certain way and then record these men looking at them.
Well, it hasn't happened in our gym.
I feel like the only reason why they're doing it is for attention and to get famous and to get
Anybody does anything to do anything to get famous.
right.
Anybody can do anything to become famous. All you have to do is pull out your phone and record shit. And if it
So you
goes
can record
viral,
shit.
then
You can actually literally record shit.
yeah, you can. People
Nice.
have done that too.
Honestly, the list of places that these women created about not taking on a first date, y'all some straight up divas.
Yeah, there's some men out there who are the exact same one.
But I digress to the part of there are some men who can be that same way, but I look at it like this: hey, first date is pretty much you getting to know the other person, meeting their representative, you're meeting their representative, which means you're not really yourself and they're not really their self. It's like a feeling out stage, seeing how the other person connects. You can't really do that. So what do you want? So let me ask these girls who made this list, what do you want? You want the guy to wear like a nice fancy suit, take you to Morton's Steakhouse and spend
There's
over
nothing wrong with Morton's Steakhouse, by the way. I know you kept mentioning that. But there's nothing wrong with Morton's Steakhouse. Granted, it's a very expensive restaurant, but that's not on the list either. That's actually something local here.
He said that I would take her to the airport and show her ass brochures of places that we'll never get to go.
And this is the reason why I'm posting you haven't gotten a girlfriend yet.
Oh. That's actually kind of funny, a troll job there. That would be kind of but hey, here you go. We're gonna look at Hawaii. Hawaii looks good. Guess what? We're not going. Oh, by the way, we're not going, but I'm taking another
Okay, so
girl
you're
to
just
Hawaii.
gonna continue going on with it, okay.
I'm sure that's happened to Stephen Rose a few times.
We are not gonna go down that road.
Facts. But I look at these lists, and I know some people have made comments about it. Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, a few others have made some comments about this list, and then I'm going to tell you something. If you're a woman out there and you agree with this list 100%, then you are part of the problem. You're the reason why there are some men out there who choose to stay single. Or why some men may defer and become gay. I don't know. That's the biggest problem right now is that she has to be courted. It has to be courted. You have to court me.
Not every woman feels that way, though. That's the problem.
Look at my troll feet and ears.
First, okay, I'm about to say something really, really nice, Bolton. But believe it or not, you're actually a fairly attractive man. So you do not have troll ears or troll feet. So maybe someday in the future you'll have one. I'm just saying the way that I know how you are. I get your humor.
And that's something that a lot of these ladies that make these kind of lists, and every woman's different, every man's different. But
Honestly, I really think that it was a troll video. I don't think that there are a lot of women out there that are really genuine like that.
I mean, the women, I'm talking about the list some of these women made. It's like,
I mean, I can make a list.
I'll put people on the list, like Jericho. You just made the list.
Oh my god.
He's blushing. No, I mean, it's all about. Back in the day, yeah, you wanted to court the woman, and you would go up to the house and knock on the door.
Yeah, that was the old ways back in the
That's
day.
the old ways.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not to say that people still don't do that now, but not the way that bitch was talking.
Hell no.
I'm like, she wants you to court her to, like, I would simply ask a person like that then where the fuck do you think I should take you to then? If the Cheesecake Factory, which is practically, depending on where you live and where you are, a 5-star fucking restaurant that charges $25 per plate and all that other kind of stuff. So I look at it like that's just $25 a plate just to eat there for one person. What more do you need?
She's one Big Mac shy from being fat.
That's probably where he should have taken her then.
She should have, yeah. After that, I'd
Take
have
her
been like,
to
and I'm taking you to
fucking
McDonald's. After that, like, fuck you.
Actually, I
I'm
wouldn't
making,
have even given it a second shot. Like, you know what, bitch, you're gonna be like this.
get out of my car.
Call someone to pick you up and leave my ass. I don't care.
There's
This is
Uber.
not working out.
Take Uber, bitch. Like Uber.
Like I
oh my
said, I think
God.
some of those videos are just fake. Then the stage anyway.
Oh, absolutely. And it's
If people actually believe that those are real, because the way they talk and the reactions to it, it's all staged.
she kept looking at the camera like she's like, look at me. Look at me.
And the guy was looking in the camera too, so it was staged. It wasn't real.
But that what I'm saying is that video started the whole trend of this
What trend?
the list of
What
women.
list?
The one I told you about. Take her to a lake and a bonfire and blame it on the Hey, there's nothing wrong with a bonfire.
And there's nothing wrong with the lake either.
Yeah.
The lake and a bonfire are actually cheap.
You can actually go fishing,
You can do a lot of things with that.
cook some hot dogs on a stick,
A bonfire in a lake is actually a really good date.
campfire bacon.
Hell yeah.
Hey, taking a girl to a shooting range on the first date would not be bad.
No, I wouldn't say that's a good first date either, because not every woman likes guns. Not every woman's into that sort of thing. You want to take her out where you can get to know her, not shooting. Shooting is something. It's like going to the gym. Same premises. No.
No, I look at it like if that video, even though it might have been staged, started the whole trend of this list that I named off. And it's sad. It's like those top ramen steak cooking tutorials.
It's like the what? Top ramen street. Hey, I like ramen. That's awesome. If any, if you have to have a tutorial on how to cook ramen, that's okay too. Not everybody is gifted in every department when it comes to cooking.
I mean, I don't see the majority of stuff on that list the girls made. I disagree with, because I'm looking at it like, well, actually the first 5, you look at it and you're like, wow, okay, so no Applebee's, no Chili's, no Olive Garden.
That's when I would be like, where the hell do you want me to take you then?
Exactly.
What would please you? And if they say, well, I mean, if you name like 90% of the fucking restaurants that are in the area, then that's an issue.
Well, it'd be weird if you go on a date with that girl and the girl's like, I don't want to do no Cheesecake Factory, but she says yes to KFC. Then you know.
I mean, where did we go on an anniversary once? To McDonald's, right?
You're the McDonald's ones
So?
on an anniversary.
I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
They give a fuck. But we didn't go there on the first date, though.
No, we didn't.
As a matter of fact, we went to the Spaghetti
Yeah,
Factory.
we went to a place called the Spaghetti Factory. That was back then when parking was cheaper and
It was nice.
things were actually nicer.
Right. But we already knew each other, though, by that point. So here's something else some of you ladies who make this list can do. How about get to know the dude as a friend? Don't date anybody. Get to know him. And then this list can be non-void at that point. You can mark it off. But yeah, I agree with Melissa. The video that we saw and replayed, it looks staged. It really does, and it's sad that social media has to be the thing. Some of these girls who use TikTok. Now, here's what's funny about those girls that use TikTok. Some of those girls that use TikTok, but at the same time, they're in these live chats wearing low cut stuff, and then they're like, "Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that." I'm like, but then again, though, you go, "Oh, thank you for the star. Oh, thank you for the heart. Oh, thank you for this. Oh, thank you for being a bitch, and for stuck up, and thank you for proving everybody else's point." This country is so fucking shallow. It's insane. Well, I'm not gonna date him because his teeth ain't straight. Oh, I'm not gonna date him because he's got a facial hair. Oh, I'm not gonna date him because he takes me to the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, what about you with that big ass?
Actually, I think that in some ways you're just talking about yourself from back in the day.
No, that wasn't talking about me.
Some people used to. You told me that some people used to tell you that. No, okay.
They didn't like my facial hair, but that's
So in other words, you're talking about yourself in some ways.
not the teeth thing. I'm just saying, like, it's just in
Gotcha.
general, so women can be like nitpicky. And not saying that not to say that most men are not nitpicky, because men can be nitpicky as well, but I don't think nearly as bad as some of these ladies are nitpicky. But anyways, though, Particle Hill was in the comments section. Anybody else sees this video later, I'm gonna post it on the Facebook group, and I'm gonna probably post it on Twitter, and see what some of y'all think about this list, and what do y'all guys think about this video? Do y'all think it's real? Do you think it's staged? Me and Mel both think it's staged, but let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel. Remember, like, share, and sub for all your daily needs. And remember, go to the fucking gym.